Hey guys, I'm Adrienne Brubaker and I work on product marketing for Surface Hub. In this video, we're going to start by setting up our positioning and narrative for Surface Hub 2S, and then John's going to walk us through the core product demo. So I'm going to start with our approach for Surface Hub 2, which you may find is a bit different to version 1. Our goal is to deliver on the value prop of version 1, an all-in-one device built for teamwork, and also introduce other new scenarios. So let's jump in. There are really three key trends we're seeing in the workplace today that have prompted our strategy for Surface Hub 2. First, collaboration is more prevalent than ever before. More than 50% of business work done today is accomplished through collaboration. Workers now spend more of their time collaborating than anything else, and that's a lot of teamwork. With the right tools and technology, we believe our customers can harness that collective group productivity and help teams work better together. Second, teams are more dispersed than ever before. Whether on-site or halfway around the world from your colleagues, it's very rare to have a meeting that doesn't have a Microsoft Teams or Skype for Business link in it. At least one person is dialing in. It's so common these days. But people are still hesitant to turn on their cameras. Remote participants still feel disengaged. It's hard for them to jump into the conversation. And folks in the room often forget there are other people on the line. With online meetings being so common these days, we need to provide an excellent meeting platform for teams so that remote meetings don't feel so remote. And last, we think about the change in workspaces. It's not just about personal offices and meeting rooms anymore. There's a whole range of spaces emerging in the workplace today. I imagine all of you have at least one workspace transformation or renovation project in the works. We're in the midst of a campus refresh in Redmond ourselves. And we're seeing the rise of all kinds of spaces, from huddle spaces to focus rooms, work cafes, open spaces. And all of these spaces are an opportunity for great teamwork. So with Surface Hub 2, we really have three key ambitions. The first is to turn any space into a teamwork space. And what I mean by that is that we believe collaboration doesn't need to be bound to just scheduled conference rooms or meeting rooms. Yes, those rooms are important and we need to continue to serve them. And we need to empower teams to collaborate whenever and wherever their ideas strike. We're doing that by bringing you a lighter, slimmer, sleeker form factor that's easier to move around. We've partnered with Steelcase for the last 2 years to perfect this mobile stand experience. A couple things to call out about this stand. First, it's super approachable. Notice I'm able to get up to the device and surround it. There are no legs or obstacles tripping me up or getting in my way. This was super important to us. Second, the ease of movement. This device glides seamlessly across the floor on this stand, and we think that's super powerful. We've also worked with APC by Schneider Electric to build the Charge mobile battery. You can see how it integrates so seamlessly into the design of the stand. This was a joint collaboration to achieve mobile, unplugged, uninterrupted teamwork. Remember that feeling you had when you got your first laptop and what it felt like to be untethered from your desk? That freedom you got on a personal level. We want to create that same feeling at the team level. True mobility and freedom of group computing. Our second ambition is to make the remote meeting experience feel less remote. How do you do that? By introducing great tech to enable great online meetings. Surface Hub 2 has a 4K plus resolution screen so videos look clear and crisp, a 4K camera, and enhanced speakers and microphones. All of this contributes to an excellent remote meeting experience that feels engaging and brings remote teams together. Surface Hub 2S is a great platform for Microsoft Teams meetings and also Skype for Business if that's where you're at. We're doing all of this to keep teams in their flow because we believe that there's magic that happens when teams get together and they can ideate and brainstorm and iterate. It's fluid and it's powerful, this flow. But the problem is today there's so many frictions in the workplace that pull teams out of their flow. Like taking 10 minutes to start up a meeting, or passing projector cords, or taking photos of an analog whiteboard that probably just sit on your phone forever. If not, someone has to convert them to digital after the fact. These are all frictions that stand in the way of teams staying in their flow. And with Surface Hub 2S and its software experience that's really custom built for teamwork, we hope to remove these frictions so there are no boundaries to group flow. Pretty powerful stuff. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to John to go through our core product demo. Thanks.
Hi, I'm John Lickis from the Surface team, and thanks for checking out this video walking through the core demo for Surface Hub 2S. Surface Hub 2S is a true all-in-one device, providing a digital whiteboard, online meeting platform, and it's a full Windows 10 PC that can run first and third-party apps natively. When you approach the device, you can get started instantly. The first thing you notice is the stunning Pixel Sense display in our signature 3:2 aspect ratio with slim 15mm bezels. At 50 inches and with a 4K plus resolution, the display has an anti-glare treatment, giving you incredible image clarity across an array of office lighting situations. In designing Surface Hub 2S, we really thought about what's needed to bring out the best in your people in any meeting room or team space. When you think about a meeting space, typically a conference room comes to mind. But what do you need from a conference room? Ultimately, a screen and a place to work. But what if you could take those elements anywhere in the office? We've partnered with Steelcase to build the Roam mobile stand. It fits easily on elevators, up and down the hallways, and through doorways. And with the custom designed wheels, and the hub weighing just under 30 kilograms, you can glide it around the office easily, taking advantage of underused spaces more often. And it gets better. We've partnered with APC by Schneider Electric to build the Charge mobile battery. Now your team can stay connected while you unplug the Surface Hub and move to another huddle space, or even have a meeting in a location without a power outlet. The battery provides plenty of unplugged work time, so you can always finish your session. We know that whether working alone or collectively with additional team members, sometimes ideas can strike at a moment's notice. So let's say you didn't book the Surface Hub. It's still really easy to start an impromptu meeting. Using Microsoft Teams for Surface Hub, you can call somebody directly by dialing their number, or you can tap Meet Now and search for colleagues you'd like to add to the meeting. Now let's say that you've booked the device in advance by inviting it to a Teams meeting. You can see that it's shown in the meeting carousel, and with a single tap, you can join the meeting. The Microsoft Teams panel on the side of the screen shows you the participants and the familiar call control icons. Now, we've all experienced online meetings. It can be hard to feel engaged as a remote participant, and people in the room often forget that there are people on the line. With Surface Hub 2S, you have 3 key elements that drive great engagement for everyone, both in the room with the hub and for remote attendees. You have a 4K camera with a 90-degree horizontal field of view to capture all of the action, a built-in far-field microphone array with beamforming technology to capture people speaking towards the hub and not the sounds of people off to the sides or behind it, and advanced stereo speakers that have been designed to blend into the device, with a bass module in the back to round out the audio quality in a meeting. With all of this technology, you can enter full screen view to have inclusive, engaging face-to-face discussions. One of the most common things that people do in a meeting is share their screen, but cables can fray, break, and become outdated. Let's say that you have a PowerPoint presentation on your Surface Pro 6 that you want to review with the group. You can wirelessly project your Surface Pro by swiping in from the right, tapping Connect, and then selecting your Surface Hub's friendly name, which you can find in the bottom left corner of the Surface Hub. You can then share your Surface Hub screen with everybody in the meeting by tapping the Present icon. And with Inkback and Touchback, you can control your Surface Pro right from the hub. With Surface Hub 2S, anyone can walk up and start ideating and collaborating instantly. But to save all your work or gain access to your meetings, files, and company authorized apps, you can sign in. Just tap Start, then My Meetings and Files, and select Sign In. If your organization uses phone sign-in, you don't even need to enter your password. By matching the number on your Microsoft Authenticator app with the number displayed on the hub, you'll instantly be signed in to your Microsoft 365 account. Once you're signed in, Surface Hub will show your upcoming meetings. You can always join and participate in these Teams meetings, regardless of whether you invited the hub initially or not. You'll also be able to see your recently accessed documents. So here you can see the PowerPoint that we saw earlier, with all of the annotations we made. And finally, while you're signed in, you can easily access internal websites in Microsoft Edge thanks to single sign-on. When we joined the Teams meeting earlier, you may have noticed that Microsoft Whiteboard automatically opened to help you start collaborating. Microsoft Whiteboard is an endless canvas for people to work together in person or remotely and across multiple devices. You don't need to be signed in to use Whiteboard, but the team wants to continue a session that they've already been collaborating in. By sharing your screen, participants will be able to see your whiteboard, but to have a more collaborative session, tap the Share Whiteboard icon. You'll be prompted to sign into the Whiteboard app, but as you're already signed into the hub, you simply continue as yourself. Here, if a different colleague needed to sign in, they could at this point. So now that you're signed in, you can rehydrate the whiteboard that you've previously been working on. There are so many great features built into Whiteboard to help you create your content. In Settings, you have the ability to customize the background of your canvas, including different line options and colors. There's also a variety of ink colors available, and you can choose the appropriate pen thickness. Just notice how low the latency is. It really feels like the ink flows out the tip of the pen thanks to the super low parallax. There are also some tools to help you structure your content. You can use the ruler to assist you in drawing straight lines, and in Settings you can turn on ink to shape and ink to table. Now when you draw a shape, Whiteboard will perfect it for you. And to create a table, maybe showing the number of employees who work on each floor, simply start by drawing a rectangle, add some grid lines, and Whiteboard will recognize your intent. Now you can start to add the content, and the table will intelligently adjust to fit it. Now no Whiteboard would be complete without sticky notes. In Microsoft Whiteboard, you can add notes, change the colors, and either type or ink on them, and the content will move with the note. You can even group your notes or images into stacks to help categorize your ideas. You can swipe to flick through them, or tap twice to expand. One of the most powerful features of Microsoft Whiteboard is the ability to convert images to ink using Ink Grab. Think about all of those photos you took of physical whiteboards where you did nothing with them. Now you can add a photo of a physical whiteboard, and by tapping this button, you can make those photos usable again. The image is converted into ink, and you can pick up right where you left off, continuing to add ideas. Let's say that you needed to insert an additional step into this flow diagram. You can use the lasso tool by holding down the button on the Surface Hub 2 pen to select multiple items and then move them to create space for the new step. And if you're worried some of the ink isn't clear, you can select it and then use the same icon as before to make it more legible thanks to the ink beautification feature. For the remote meeting participants, they've been able to follow along with all of the activity in real time and are able to contribute whenever they would like to from right within Teams. So now that our meeting's coming to a close, you should press the End Session button to sign out of the hub and securely clear all cached files and data from your session. Ending the session isn't just good etiquette, it also keeps your data secure. So that wraps up the walkthrough of the core demo. Hopefully you've seen how Surface Hub 2S allows you to get to work instantly and collaborate with colleagues in new, powerful ways. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoy demoing Surface Hub 2S.